don't know if American police became child molesters before the mullah took over or after. Like, oh, they're trying to fix it, rape more Boy Scouts. But France historically has a reputation for dumb bankers. Electoral immunity means it's legal now for everybody. It's not just like some special, like, oh, let's elect this guy to exploit the public in ways that none of us are able. Let's just pick this random. Islam just does not get it. Rape faster. See, now it's their fault. You get involved, they make it worse. Now it's your fault. Why? Prominent scholars on the topic, consensus is that evil is caused by stupidity. Why would anyone do this, risk the consequences to themselves and their colleagues and those they care about, if there were an easier way to make more money, worth more to literally everybody else if they did not do that? So the Canadians get some guy that raped his son and daughter and beat her until she miscarried, and they go make him like some kind of authority figure, and they're like, oh, it's the Jews. And these idiots are like, well, there's really nothing we can do. He's elected. But electoral immunity means it's legal now for everybody. The United Nations, like, well, it's worth more to these starving third world cannibals to just take your money. Like, you want to play corporate games, meet your new World Economic Forum chairman, stick them right in the top of your organization, and you protect them. The news went corporate after Vietnam because fascist communists pay better for campaign spots than the free market, whose protections they enjoy. So by the time we got to Clinton, they tried to impeach him twice for one blowjob. And then they kicked us out of Somalia and called us racists, called him specifically. He went on Arsenio Hall and played the saxophone. They called him a racist. So the news was syndicated, and then after Vietnam, they're like, well, fine. If you can just lose Vietnam and tell the public you didn't. Charles de Gaulle tried to liberate white slaves in North Africa, and they called him a terrorist. France is like, whoa. Like, historically, they're our closest natural allies. The British might speak the same language, but they also think raping people is a form of sovereignty. Like East Africa, if your ideas were so great, you wouldn't have gotten eaten. There's another reason we know that mitochondrial Eve was not one of the current occupants. Had to be a reason the Aborigines fled the entire continent all the way across the Indian Ocean. And these people think, well, mitochondrial Eve was, 200,000 years ago? And Moses traces his family line back to Adam, and that was only so many generations. But Eve in the Bible might have just been the first woman whose son was enslaved for murder. It's not an excuse for a bunch of French faggot bankers to follow our little boys around for decades. They don't care what the Pope says. They got an idea. They want to make money off it. First, do no harm, or you're not a doctor in any religion. It's the definition. A real doctor is obligated to come up with a better idea.